Personal organization is crucial to achieve your optimal success, productivity, and happiness. It is one of the tools that makes high achievers who they are, high achievers. And I say everyone should be a high achiever. So listen in and join me and become a high achiever. Let's start and build that track by talking today about personal organization. So it's really essential, and it is one of those skills that I teach in detail to my High Achievers Club. And really, being organized helps you move forward quickly and easily and efficiently. Without it, you're slowed down, you reach obstacles, you're held back. What does it feel like to be disorganized? Well, we often feel when we're disorganized, we often feel like I don't have enough time to get my things done. I'm in a time crunch. I'm falling behind. I'm working so hard, I don't have enough energy. Or I have so much on my mind is mixed up. I'm not focused. I can't stay on track. Or, and again, we can be disorganized. Our mind can be disorganized and cluttered. Or our workspace or our home, our environment can be disorganized. And we may say, I can't find what I need. Where did I put my project, my papers at work or at home? Or where did I put a file on my computer? The research shows people spend a lot of time looking for lost things at home. And so control and organization is such an important skill to have if we want to build success, if we want to build productivity, if we want to build happiness in our lives, if we want to accomplish things. The benefits of personal organization, again, it eases your path so you work more effectively and efficiently to get where you're going. It helps you get to your goals. It decreases levels of stress. It increases productivity because you're not being delayed by those things that get in your way of disorganization, like time issues that delay you, like mind clutter issues that keep you unfocused, like environmental clutter that keep you from finding the things you need to move ahead. So personal organization is really important, essential, crucial to reaching goals, to getting where you want to be, or as I say to the people that I work with, to creating your best life. Your happiest, most satisfying, most fulfilling journey in life. And I like to say that optimal personal organization supports the pathway and the blueprint to your best success, productivity, accomplishment, and happiness. So, and when I'm talking to my clients about being in the High Achievers Club and reaching your highest skills, I share many activities that they can do to build skills. When I'm talking to my clients to create their best life, this is an essential tool that I share as well. It is one of the essential tools that really contributes significantly to where you reach and what you reach. So I'm going to share some of them with you today. One is time. So what can you do for personal organization for time? Well, when you're disorganized, you're not moving in a straight fashion to get things done. So one of the things that I tell my people is we often have a to-do list, and then we often worry, how am I going to get all of this done? When am I going to get all of it done? When we're on one task, we're often thinking of other tasks. So one strategy that's really important and helpful that people often forget is when you have your to-do list, transfer each item to your calendar, because, as I say, and as you probably may have heard elsewhere, what gets calendared gets done. If you don't schedule what you're going to do, you probably are not saving time and allotting time to get it done. But if you put it on your calendar, that means that you have a designated time where you want to get each task done. So, again, take your items on your to-do list. Some of your to-do list will be today, some will be tomorrow, some should be long-term goals that you have as well. A to-do list is not just for today or tomorrow. If you plan your goals significantly, you should have a long-term to-do list to keep you working forward, to keep your momentum going. Again, we should be putting things on a calendar to know and to be confident that not only do we know what we want to do, but we know when we're going to get it done. You should also think about time blocking and time batching. I do have videos in more detail about these, but again, you want to block out time for each activity that you're thinking about. So if you have a project you want to work on, you want to think about, how long will it take me to complete this? 45 minutes? Okay, I want to block out 45 minutes for this. And time batching is when you want to compile similar types of activities and do them in a similar time frame, so that you don't have what's called task switching for different types of activities, where your brain is going back and forth doing different things, and that takes time and effort. You want your brain just to do and get done things, and then you switch. So get all of your emails done one after the other. Return phone calls at a particular time of day. If you're working on different projects that are somewhat related, work on them at a particular time, instead of going back and forth with different types of activities, which takes time for the brain, makes you less organized, less productive, less efficient. And again, if you're interested on these time management, or as I call them, time optimization strategies, there are many of them. I do have videos on them, and you can learn more about them. What about physical space? If you really want to stay focused, it's really helpful to have a clear workspace, or for your home to have clear areas, not cluttered areas. Cluttered space really supports a cluttered mind, because you're just thinking about all the things you have in front of you. Often in our workspaces, we have 4 or 5 different projects in front of us. We'll have 1 or 2 on a computer. We'll have 1 or 2 or 3 physically in front of us, and something on our phone. And we're trying to keep everything straight, and what happens is it becomes a mishmash. Our minds are confused, what we're doing, and cluttered. Our space is cluttered. We want to be organized, because when we're organized, there's ease, there's efficiency, there's effectiveness. We move forward, we get results. So we want to we want to have our mental space clear. We want to have mind space. We want to have physical space. We want to have time efficiency. And in addition to the skills and the suggestions I spoke about, another thing that you want to do is fine-tune your priorities. So you want to think about, what are your priorities, so that you know what's important. It's not just if you get an email from somebody and they say something. Where does that fit within your priorities? They're sending you what's on their agenda for their priorities. Where does that fit within your priorities? And I'd like you also to think in terms of being organized, knowing when to say no to things, having boundaries for things that are not comfortable for you, that don't fit into your priorities. That is part of what high achievers do and what you can do to become a high achiever. That is what people do to create their best life. They have effective boundaries, and what you can do to help create your best life. So let's talk about setting priorities for you. These are things that support your goals, not things that necessarily support other people's goals that they want you to do. You need to think, when you're asked to do something, where does it fit in? Another element for priorities, things with a time limit that you need or want to get done, so that you don't end up working in the urgency trap mode at work, or in crisis, trying to complete something that you just didn't get to, but that you have to complete at the last minute. So think about things with a time deadline and keeping them on your calendar so that you can get them done in a comfortable mode with ease. Also, items with high impact for you, things that are important for you, your life, your career. So steps to build your career and grow your experience, your resume, your record for your career. Things to support, things that are important in your life, to support important relationships with a spouse or a partner, or your children, relationship bonding, or family activities, to really be on vacation with your family when you're on vacation. And also a priority, and we often deprioritize this, but a priority needs to be to support you, things to support your health, your energy, your vibrancy. You want to stay energetic. You want to stay healthy with energy. And an important way of staying healthy with energy is also minimizing stress. So prioritizing me time and stress management activities. These are all important. And let's minimize things like meetings that are not important, that are not forward-reaching for you or forward-productive, that are not priorities for you. Some other ideas, how can you clear your mental space? And that is often by taking things on your mind and doing what I call a mind dump, putting them on paper so that they're not on your mind. Once they're on paper, you can put them on your to-do list or your calendar so that your mind is more clear. That is an important thing that we talk in detail a lot about with my high achievers, with my Success Builders Club. And I think it's important for everybody to have mind space that's clear and digital space so that you know what's on your computer and where to find things. And if you need a catalog to keep track of where you're keeping things so that your system is clear of clutter, you know where to find things. You can get things done, you know where to find them. The other thing I talk about with my High Achievers Club and my Success Builders is creating habits and routines that automate your outcome, that automate your personal organization, your personal productivity. And that helps by clearing mental space so you don't have to decide, what am I going to do here and now? You have a morning routine that supports you, a real routine, not just your usual, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I go to work, but things that support your productivity, your energy, your momentum, your readiness to build on what you need to do for the day, on getting ready for your day, to be energetic, to be focused, and to be relaxed, not stressed. So personal organization is not a small tool. It is significant in helping you become a high achiever at what you want to do, in being productive, in being successful, and creating happiness in your life. So I want to ask you, what is your next step to upgrade and elevate your personal organization? Is it something you're going to do at home to create a more calm environment and eliminate clutter? Is it a strategy that you will do to make your goals put your goals on your calendar? Is it something to bond a relationship with a significant other? There are so many things that we can do and what we need to do. And what we need to remember is these don't happen by default. You need to plan them. So I would like to suggest, and the most gratifying thing to me would be is if you're listening to this, if you will take it and move forward with it, not just listen to it and say, oh, that's interesting, and move on with your life as it was. I want you to get results from this. So I want you to think of 1 or 2 or 3 things that you can do in your life to elevate your personal organization so that you can build and create a high achieving state for yourself so that you can help create your best, happiest, most successful life. I want you to think of those 3 things. If you would put some of them in comments, I would like to see what your next steps are going to be. And let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep the momentum going. Again, tell me in the chat what your next steps are going to be. I'm going to look and I'll be happy to comment. And for some of you, I will be happy to continue this conversation. I will put my calendar in the comments. I have a limited number of sessions available. If you'd like to talk about the next steps you can take to optimize your personal organization, to become a high achiever, a success builder, to create your best life, I am happy to talk to you about that. There will be limited appointments that I do have available this week, but there will be some. So I will be happy to speak to you about that. And I want everyone in my group to elevate your personal organization, to remember that this is not a small topic. It is a significant tool. It's one of the things, one of the elements, one of the strategies that makes high achievers high achievers. And as I tell people, everyone can be a high achiever. You just need the right tools and strategies in your life. So let's move forward with it. Let's get you going forward. I can't wait to talk to you. Schedule your appointment. Remember, come here in our group, if you're in our Facebook group, come here every week at this time. I will always have a topic to help you move forward. And if you would like some personalized help to move forward and get you the best results towards becoming a high achiever, a success builder, and to creating your best life, I'd be happy to have that conversation with you. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to talk to you again.